Hello everyone, welcome back to PrettyRealPersona. I am your host, Ariana Reese, baby. I'm only acting like this because I'm so excited. I have taken a couple weeks off because I had a lot of things going on, and we'll get into this, but let's just, get started. So, raise your hand if your inner child would have been called CPS on you by now. I'm gonna raise both hands for that one. Before we dive into today's episode, I want to do a soul check, and I kind of just want to see how you guys are doing, how you guys are feeling. I want to ask, have you taken care of yourself today? Have you been taking care of yourself lately? What's going on in your life? How's life going for you guys? Let me know in the comments. Drop in the comments, how you're doing. How's life going in a soul check? Now for me, life, honestly, life has its ups and downs, baby. But I'm gonna just tell you right now, I have been sick. I don't know what's going around, but it has to be this virus. But, with Trump defunding all of the people who are supposed to tell us what's coming out or not, whatever. But because I think there's a viral thing going around that's kind of like COVID, because I had COVID symptoms, but I took a test and I didn't have COVID. So I did not have COVID. So I have been down for the last week, and then I was kind of stranded somewhere the week before because I lost my keys, my car keys and my house keys. So I couldn't, get into my regular space of recording. So today I'm back, and I'm so happy. This week I'm back, and I'm so happy to be back. I love you guys. Let's get into this episode. Today's episode is about becoming who you needed as a child. Baby, listen, if healing your inner child trauma was a job description, mine would have been quit already. And I'm talking no pay, no benefits, just trauma pay, baby, trauma pay. So I say that to say, I want to talk about when you realized, or when personally I realized that I needed someone as a child. So for me, I think the moment I realized that I needed someone is just I had a lot of moments where it was I cried to myself, I talked to myself, I often would take inventory of just my life, and just knew that I was destined for something so much more. I grew up with just a single mom. I have 5 brothers, and we really took care of each other. I stepped up. I played a more kind of a step parent role, kind of. But to me, when I was in it, I didn't feel the burden of it until I got a little bit older. When I was in it, I realized dang, you know what? I'm a child too. I realized okay, cool. I didn't really get the childhood experience, even though, every child really should. But I realized you know what? This is my life. This is what the lemons I'm dealt. Now let me make some lemonade out of it type. So I made sure no matter what, I just feel when you're in that trauma mode, you go, I'm very good at going, keep going. And another thing that I was a kid that I talked to myself. I would write in my notes. I would look in the mirror, and I would just, in a way, I feel I did affirmations for myself, because I would look in the mirror and I would just, talk to God. And I would talk to God, and I would just tell him, I want more for my life. I know all I have to do is literally just work towards what I want, and there's no way I can't get it. And that was literally my biggest mindset as a kid that got me to achieve so many different things. So I feel until I got, older, did I realize I could have benefited from a mentor. I could have had benefited from some guidance and some of the things. And, maybe because, my mom was so busy, she had to work and provide for all of us. I was too busy stepping up and doing some of the things at home that she couldn't always do. Did I realize dang, I needed someone like that for me too. And then it's like I felt the way, just when I got older, I felt the way. I went through a period where I just felt the way, and I literally just like kind of just stayed to myself for years, like type of attitude, like. But I think like how I have transitioned from that to being an adult now is the fact that I do so many things that like allow me to check in with myself. Like I journal. I've even done therapy, like which I plan to go back here soon, but I've even done therapy but mainly a lot of the times I have a stack of journals, which let me know if you guys are interested in hearing some of my journals, because I'm on journal like 13 now. And like I did a lot of like shadow work. I did a lot of like just deep reflection, just like eating away at the like toxic habits, toxic mindsets that I had. And it really just helped me like, be there for myself, show up for myself, and just show up as a person that I needed, which was someone who listened, some guidance, and just someone who cared about the way I felt, really. Someone who cares to listen or cares to hear what I have to say, really. That's really what I feel like I needed the most as a kid, is just someone who catered to my emotions and helped me like with my emotional waves, as I am a Cancer, and sometimes it goes up and it goes down. So it's like you need somebody there sometimes to like kind of help you. I think I needed that more as a kid, and I think I needed like just mentoring, guidance. So a lot of times like I looked up a lot to my aunt growing up. She went to college. She was like the generational curse breaker of her immediate family, and I think our family, and I think seeing her go to college, her literally be able to provide for her family and just literally be like the rock of her family, like inspired me, made me want to be just like her. So for a while I sought out to be just like her, and in a ways I am a lot like her. And I did a lot of the things that she did, in the sense of like moved away from home. I went to college, I got the job, I worked hard, So I think another thing is like I really like focused on who am I as a person? Who am I when nobody's looking? I think that's a big one for me. Is like I wanted to figure out who I was, so I had to spend time by myself to figure out like, who is Ariana? Like, who does she want to be? Who do I want to be? What kind of person do I want to be? Like, so I think, yeah, that's really what like how I, kind of did the transition between the two. And, let me know how you did the transition, or how you're working towards, becoming the person that you needed as a child. And when did you realize, that you needed someone as a child? Like you needed something, and when did you, like, how did you give that to yourself? My inner child wanted a bigger sister to teach her little sister how to do life. Mind you, for me, I didn't have any sisters. Like I am the first daughter, which if anybody knows what it's like being the first daughter, baby, that it's a ride. But instead I got, Googling at 2 a.m. how to be less toxic, like how to be less toxic, how to, fix my mindset type things. So here are some like practical things, some practical examples, like for small ways that you can become that person now. So one is setting boundaries that you wish you would have set as a kid. For example, for me, like I used to like a lot of times not make people respect me and let people talk to me or do anything to me. I put myself in a lot of situations to do things for people or things that I wasn't comfortable like with myself, without asking myself, am I comfortable? So like for me, as a boundary, a personal boundary for myself, I'm always asking myself when I get into spaces or I get somewhere that I'm unfamiliar with, like, am I comfortable? And if I am comfortable, I remain in that space. And if I'm not comfortable, I do something that makes me comfortable, or I will leave that space if I'm like extremely uncomfortable. So just setting boundaries and boundaries are not for other people. Boundaries are not like, okay, if you do this, I'm going to do this. Boundaries are, if you do this, I'm going to do this for myself because I want to feel comfortable. Like boundaries are not about other people and what they do, but more about what are you going to do to protect yourself in situations. So that's why boundaries are, and boundaries aren't linear either. You figure out boundaries by being in certain situations of what you're comfortable with. And it's all about, being comfortable, feeling comfortable, and all of that. And just like, honestly, I think I learned another example is playtime. Like, give yourself time to play. Like, life cannot just be so serious all the time. Like, you need to plan fun. Like, if you do not plan fun, you'll just be doing whatever. I promise you that. And time for creativity. Like, dive deep into yourself and see what your creative outlet is. Like, for me, a creative outlet for me is I do DIY photo shoots. Like, that's, for me, I found something that I just like to do just for fun, just to get dressed up and just create a moment. Like, for me, that's one thing for me. I like to color. I like to just sit outside in nature. I feel like journaling is a creative thing for me too. Like, I don't just journal just like, oh, I just do a mind up. But a lot of times I'll do prompts because it just gets my mind thinking. And it makes me think in ways that I probably wouldn't have thought of before. So that's something. Another thing is reframing your mindset to speak kindly to yourself. So really dive into your inner criticism and the negative things you hear yourself say about yourself or others. Reframe that so it's like you are talking kindly to yourself, because how you feel about yourself is so important, because that shows like the type of person not even the type of person you are, but like how you treat others. And a lot of time we treat others the same way we feel about ourselves, and it's like a projection. So it's like you have to literally kill that inner criticism, that unhealthy criticism, that unhealthy critic in your head that's telling you, oh, like, girl, why did you do that? Like, or calling you out your name, like all kinds of stuff. Because it's like, once you do that, then you won't let anybody call you out your name, because you don't even call you out your name type. Then it's like like when I talked about fun, reward yourself. Like, take yourself on dates, solo dates, go to the movies by yourself. I know that sounds crazy, but I promise you, once you do it, like start doing things by yourself, you won't feel so like codependent or dependent on having someone else to do something with you to like create a moment, when you are the moment. In fact, you are the moment. Sometimes I feel like I'm raising myself, and woo, baby, raising me is exhausting. This kid wanted everything: attention, stability, baby, love, care, all that. And I just want to emphasize that becoming you is not about perfection. It's about consistency. Literally consistently showing up for yourself, because that matters to you. Because if you don't show up for you, you won't even expect anybody else to, and that'll be your normal. Don't let that be your normal. Especially if it's something that really bothers you as a person. Because I know me, like, because I show up for myself, a lot of times I show love to people who show up for me. I'm there for people who show up to me. I'm active in people's lives who are active in my life. Like, to me, it's an equal exchange, mutual exchange. I'm here for the mutual exchanges. Sometimes you really got to sit with your inner child, because if you really think about it, this life is you and your inner child, your whole life experience. It's the inner you and the outer you. So if you really think about it, it's like, okay, you have to think about, okay, cool. Your inner you, like when you outgrow like certain outdated versions of you and you become your higher self, your inner self also gets healthy as well, which is also a healthier inner version of yourself, if that makes sense. But a healthier inner child. So it's like, feed your inner child, because we are ultimately our inner child. We are who we needed and who we wanted to be as a kid. Like, we become who we needed as a kid, but our inner child of the things that we wanted as a kid is still there. So you have to feed them. Like, so for me, my inner child, like, she wanted to express herself. Like, I've always been an expressive person, but it's like I never had a big sister to show me different things, like, oh, how to do my hair, how to do my makeup. Like, those are all things I've had to seek out to, feed my inner child, to feed myself, to feed, my identity and develop myself as a person. Like, figuring out your style, and it changes like every year, every other year, like every 6 months, hell. Um, but really just seeing what your inner child needs and giving them, like, say your inner child needs a hug, give yourself a hug yourself, like, love yourself, tell yourself you love yourself, like, look in the mirror and know that you are that bitch. Never been another bitch like you type. Like, that's how you really have to feel about yourself. Like, it is, and also it is so important to celebrate your growth, because it's like we grow so much, and it's like, not just fix your wounds. You're not just fixing, and you're not celebrating, like, damn, I'm not the person I was last year or even 6 months ago. I'm a better person. I'm a better version of myself. I love myself. Like, I'm going to treat myself. Like, I'm going to take myself out. I'm going to follow my dreams. I'm going to be that person that I needed, that I felt like I needed to someone else. Like, like paying it forward, celebrating yourself, celebrating your growth, because at the end of the day, like, no one, you were really in the trenches doing this shit. It wasn't nobody else. Like, it was really you in the trenches becoming a better and better person. Like, you are that bitch. And I just want to say, the healed version of you is proof that your inner child did not give up, baby. And thank her. Thank them for that. Like, your inner child did not give up. Like, it takes so much to live this life. And I remember, like, I don't remember what it was or who said it, but it's like, it's hard to live. One of the hardest things you can do is live. It's easy to die, but it's hard to live. So it's like, thank your inner child, because they didn't give up. You're still here. You're still here to live another day. Thank God, a bad bitch another day. But all right, y'all, if this hit home, I want you to do a couple things for me, baby. Found one thing that you needed that you can give yourself this week and handle that. Number 2, screenshot this episode and tag me on TikTok, tag me on IG, because I love seeing you guys do the work and laughing through it. Like, I love that. Like, I love y'all. We're locked in, baby. So that means I'll see y'all back on next Wednesday. And don't forget to leave a review on Apple Podcasts or Buzzsprouts. It's free podcast therapy for my ego. Please hit me up, hit your girl up on there. But I just want to say thank you guys for listening. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye. And if you guys have any questions, or if you guys like today's episode, please make sure you subscribe to Pretty Real Persona. We're on YouTube. Like us, follow us on TikTok, Instagram. We're on that. We're on those social media platforms too. And leave a comment in the comments about, what you liked about today's episode, what topics you guys want me to speak on, if you want to see me add a guest, have some guests on, let me know.